And welcome back. I hope you've all been doing well. In this video, we're going to talk about customizing your GNOME desktop environment, specifically in PopOS. However, this guide is applicable to almost all Debian-based distributions that are running GNOME. And this is all, of course, to enhance your overall Linux experience. So I have two themes I want to showcase, and we're going to walk through setting them up from start to finish, and we're going to cover installing the necessary software to enable the customization process. Now, my main system is already customized the way I like it, so I'm not going to mess around with it or make any changes, but what I am going to do is take you through the process through a hypervisor called VirtualBox, and I will be running a virtual machine with a fresh installation of PopOS. This installation will already be updated and ready to go, and the steps I'll show you are the exact same steps you take on your main system. I'm also going to break this video down into a few chapters for ease of navigation. Also, I do want to point out with the second theme in chapter 4, I believe, there's an unusual bug, and we'll talk more about that when we get to that point. All right, so chapter 1, we're going to talk about the software we need to install. Chapter 2, we're going to cover setting everything up, and that includes downloading extensions, themes, cursors, fonts, creating the necessary folders that we're going to have for maintaining all of our files. We're going to go through the installation of our extensions and wrap up all of the preparation work that we need to do before jumping into personalizing our desktop environment. Then chapter 3, we're going to take a look at my personal theme setup. I'm going to show you the extensions that I use, the tweaks that I use, and the wallpaper. Then in chapter 4, I've put together sort of a more in-depth theme that I hope you enjoy. And again, we'll cover all the extensions that are needed, the tweaks, and some additional changes that we might need to configure in our settings. And we'll also talk about that unusual bug that I experienced, and I'll show you firsthand. And then we'll wrap it up with a quick outro and call it a day. So, all right, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into chapter 1. All right, so we need to go ahead and update our system, and we also need to upgrade GNOME. So a couple things we need to do are open up a terminal, and we're going to update our system. So sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. Hit enter, put in your password, and we are good to go on that. Now we also want to upgrade our GNOME installation. So if you look at your applications, you'll notice here that there's only a handful of applications in here. Your applications tray. So once we update GNOME, that will expand pretty extensively, and I do believe Tweaks is actually included in that, so we might not have to install that manually. So to do this, and this is this step cannot be skipped, so this is required. So please make sure you pay attention and update your GNOME installation before trying to do any customization of your desktop environment. So we want to do sudo apt upgrade GNOME, hit enter, then hit yes, hit enter again. And this is going to take a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up for time's sake. All right, and we are finished. So let's go ahead and exit. And now when we look at our applications menu, you can see we have a lot more applications installed, mostly games. But I want to check to see if Gnome Tweaks is actually included in that. And it is. Okay, so we don't need to worry about installing Gnome Tweaks. It is included in the GNOME upgrade. So, but we do need to install the extension manager. So we'll go ahead and open up our PopShop and just type in the word extension in the search. And there we have the extension manager. So we want the Flatpak. When I was playing with this earlier, I did install the DEB, the Deb version, and a lot of extensions were not supported and were missing. So I recommend going with the Flatpak, then just hitting install, letting it do its thing. And it's still installing. It may take a moment or two. I like to add a little music in the background of my videos just to sort of break the awkward silence while we're waiting for different applications to install. There's not much to say. Okay, so extension manager is installed and Gnome Tweaks is installed. So let's do another update real quick. And I'm at 1080p on this virtual machine, so it's I have to do a little scrolling here and there. All right, so we want to do sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade just to make sure. Put in our password. And we're good to go. All right, so now we'll go ahead and move on to chapter number 2, and we will install all of our extensions. We'll grab some themes and some fonts and some icons and some cursors, and then we'll prepare for doing our customization. All right, so now we're on chapter 2. Our system has been updated. Our software applications have been installed. So one of the first things we need to do real quick is go to our file manager, and we need to go to our home directory. And in the upper right hand corner of the home directory, you should see a small box with 3 horizontal lines. You want to click that, and you want to check the box for show hidden files. In the home directory, we're going to create 2 files that we're going to use, folders I should say, that we're going to use to house our themes, icons, and cursors and everything that we need to do our customization. So you want to right click anywhere in the home directory, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type .themes and then hit enter. And there's our themes folder, and then right click again, choose new folder, and then type .icons and then hit enter again. So now we have our 2 main folders, icons and themes. We'll go ahead and close out. Now, if you want to have some type of housekeeping going on with your system, you can go back up here, click the 3 lines again, and then uncheck the box for show hidden files. If you don't mind the hidden files being shown, then don't worry about that step. Anyway, let's go ahead and close this out. Now let's go ahead and start installing some of our extensions. So we'll go show applications, and you want to go to extension manager, open it up, and user extensions is already active. So we're going to go to browse at the very top, and the first thing we need to install is user themes. So go ahead and install that. It's already there. We don't need to search for it. We also want the app menu, so we'll go ahead and install that as well. And that's installed. And if you scroll up to the top of our screen here, you can see there's 2 applications now. So I'm going to go into the installed menu, and I'm going to turn off some of these extensions. And the reason I'm doing that is because the 2 themes that I want to showcase, they don't need all the extensions that we are installing. Some of them require a couple of the extensions, and others require pretty much all the extensions. So let's go back to browse, and I'm gonna look at my list here. So we want blur my shell. So we'll go ahead and install that one. And go back to installed and turn it off for now. Back to browse, and we want comp is. Go ahead and install that. And it's installed, and you can see what comp is does, but we're going to turn it off for right now. Back to browse, and let's do burn my window. Oh, there we go. Let's go ahead and install that. And we'll turn that off for now as well. We want top bar organizer. Let's go ahead and install that one. And let's see, privacy quick settings. So privacy quick settings allows you to turn off and on your camera and your microphone for privacy reasons, obviously. We'll go ahead and install that just to have it. And place status indicator. And we'll go into more detail on each of these extensions once we activate them for the theme that we're going to showcase a little bit later. We want dash to dock. And there it is. Let's go ahead and install that. And dash to dock, you notice that it creates a small island down here for your applications. Rather than having the bar going across the toolbar going across the entire bottom of the screen. So dash to dock, we need the logo menu. Go ahead and install that. And I think that's lock screen background. And lock screen background, we'll go ahead and install that as well. So I think that's all of them. I don't think I missed any. Let me look at my notes and double check to make sure. So you can kind of browse this yourself, and you know, some of the extensions that I'm installing might not appeal to you, but there's thousands of extensions in here that you can look at and, you know, customize and personalize your GNOME desktop environment however you see fit. These I'm selecting solely for the purpose of the demonstration of the two themes I want to showcase. All right, so let's go to installed and let's turn all these off. So I'm going to leave dash to dock on. We'll turn off all these other ones for now. And I think that we'll leave user themes on and we'll leave dash to dock on. All right, so we can go ahead and close out of our extension manager. All right, so now we want to go ahead and open up a browser. We'll go to applications and we'll open up Firefox. I'm not a huge fan of Firefox, but it'll work in a pinch. We want to go to GNOME theme or GNOME look, hit enter, then we'll go to the website, click on gnomelook.org. So let's grab our cursors first. So over here on the left hand side, you have a whole slew of different themes and extensions and shells, icons, cursors, docks, clocks. So there's a whole bunch of add-ons over here that you can pick from. There's even some wallpapers that you can select from, almost 2,000 of them to be exact. So let's go ahead and click on cursors. And the first cursor I want to grab, looking at my notes, is the Mac OS cursor white. We'll click on that. And then over on the right-hand side, we'll click download. And I want to grab the first option, macOS white.tar.exe. And then click on download. And that one's finished. So we'll go ahead and hit the back button. And the next cursor I want is the Skyrim cursor, and it should be fairly close by. Let me see. I don't see it. I might have to do a search for it. All right, so I'll come up here to the search bar and type in Skyrim. Skyrim cursors for Linux. So there it is. We'll go ahead and download this as well. And click download. So that takes care of our two cursors. Now if the applications and shells, let's go to our GTK 3.4 themes. And we want space transparency. And I believe the other one is Midnight Night Orange. So let's look for those. And that's probably better just to do a search. Type in space transparency. I think it's the first one. Let's check that out. Yep, there it is, space transparency. So we'll grab that one. And let it download. All right, so, and the other theme was Midnight Night Orange. We'll go to Midnight, there it is, Midnight GTK themes. And we'll go over to the download, and I'm going to grab the orange, the night orange. So a few seconds to prepare the download, and we'll hit download. Takes care of that one. And graphite teal dark Nord. So if I can type want to say it's a multicolor mode, if I remember correctly. Yes, there it is. Rim list or outline. I think it's rimless. We'll grab that one. And we'll download it. Let's see, space transparency, the graphite teal dark nord, the midnight night orange. We've got the two cursors. So what we need now is some icons. So I'm going to grab a couple of icons, full theme icons, and we're looking for vortex dark icons. Oh, here we go. Vortex dark icons. So we'll grab that one. And hit download. And then the last set of icons is going to be the Azure Glassy Dark. So let's just go ahead and do a search for that. And there we go. So we'll go ahead and grab those as well. All right, so I think that covers everything as far as our themes, icons, and cursors. Yep, I think that covers everything. So we can go ahead and move on to the next section. We need to grab some fonts, or grab a font. So I like to go to Google Font, browse fonts, and I'm looking for the Roboto Slab Regular. I wonder if it's in here. Roboto Slab Regular. I don't see it. Let me the back button and scroll down a little bit. Maybe it was up there. All right, let me scroll back up. So I'm just going to grab, I kind of like the thin 100. Maybe we'll grab that one. And let's go ahead and download it. So now we have our Roboto zip for our font. That takes care of our fonts, our cursors, our applications, our icons, and our shells. So we can go ahead and close our browser. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Cancel. Let me scroll up. All right, there we go. All right, so now we can go into our file manager and we can unpackage those, extract them, I should say, into the two folders that we created earlier in the video. Let's go to downloads. Let's go to Azure Glassy first. We're going to extract that into the icons folder. So we'll go to home and let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention this earlier. We need to make sure that the show hidden files is still checked. So that was my bad for recommending you uncheck that earlier. That does need to be checked when we are doing the extracting of our theme files. So go back to Azure, we'll hit extract, and then we'll go to home. We want to put that in icons, so we'll extract it there. Wait for it to finish. And we can close that out. So the Vortex Dark icons are next. So go ahead and extract those into the same folder, home, and then icons, dot icons. Go and extract it in there. And we'll close that out. Now for the graphite teal nord rimless, we're going to put that into our themes folder. So we'll extract and then go to home, go to dot themes and extract. finished. Midnight Night Orange also goes into the themes folder as well. So hit extract on that, go to home, open up your .themes folder and then extract it in there. That's finished. Space Transparency, that's also going to go into themes as well. So extract home .themes and then hit extract. That one's finished. The sky, okay, so the two cursors are going to go into the icons folder. So we're going to open it up, hit extract, go to home, go to .icons, and then extract it in there. That's finished. And the macOS White also is going to go into the icons folder. So hit extract, home, .icons, and then hit extract again, and we're finished. So for our Roboto zip, for our fonts, we want to go ahead and hit extract, and we can just extract it into the downloads folder. So we're going to go through and pick the font that we want. There we go. So anytime you're installing fonts, you download the zip file, open it up, extract it, and then just double click on the font you want, hit install, and it'll install it for you. So it's installed, so we can go ahead and close out of this. Now, the next thing we need to do is open up a browser and grab some wallpapers. So the two wallpapers I have are my, on my installer is the Jujutsu Kaisen HD wallpaper. So go to images, and here it is. Right click, we will save as the image as JK wall, and put it in our photos or our pictures folder. You can put it wherever you want. And then I also want to download Metal Black Abstract wallpaper. And the one I really liked is, trying to remember where it's at. Oh, there it is. Commercial use, you gotta be kidding me. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna grab it. Maybe I can save it as an image. Yep, a JPEG. So I'm just gonna call this Black Metal Wallpaper. I swear I'm gonna learn how to type one of these days. Black Metal Wall, and we'll save that. And then for my lock screen, I'm gonna put Rainbow Six Siege Best Girl IQ, R6 IQ, HD wallpaper, and what's a good one here? Kind of scrolling through looking for one that catches my eye. And there's a picture of Twitch. Don't really care about Twitch. Yeah, that one's not bad. DeviantArt, we'll go ahead and grab that one, save image as, and we'll put IQ R6. Save that as well. So now we have our wallpapers, and I keep hitting the wrong button. So now we have our wallpapers and our themes, our icons, our font, everything is ready to go. So we'll move on to chapter 3, which will be the setup for the theme that I personally use on my machine right now. And then chapter 4 will be the more detailed theme, I guess you could say. And then we'll wrap it up with an outro, and then we'll call it a night. All right, now we're on chapter 3. So this ought to be a fairly short chapter. I'm going to take you through the current theme configuration that I have running on my main machine, and then we'll hop on over to chapter 4. So I want to go to applications and then open up the extension manager. And for my theme, I'm only using 2 extensions. I'm using Dash to Dock, and I'm using the user themes, and that's it. So we'll close this out. Go back to applications, and let's go down to tweaks. Open that up. And the first thing we want to do is go to fonts. Remember, we installed a font, the Roboto font earlier. So for the interface text, I'll open it up, scroll down until I find the Roboto font, or maybe up top. Should be alphabetical order. All right, let me scroll down. Let's see here, where... Oh, there's the S's. There it is. Okay, so we do have the Roboto slab regular, so I'm going to select that and then hit select. And you can see it changed the text of our interface. I think it looks pretty sharp. Now we can go to appearance, and for the applications, I've got Midnight Night Orange, and for my cursor, I'm using the Skyrim cursor. And for the icons, I've got the Azure Classy Dark icons. They should be in here somewhere. Here we go. And for the shell, I've got Graphite Teal Dark Nord. And there we go. So we can go ahead and close that. And as you can see, the changes have already been activated. So the top bar has been essentially removed, leaving only a few ovals for workspace applications, the calendar, and some of the quick access menus. All right, now we need to change the background. So I'm going to, oh, and the cursor has changed as well. I don't know if you can see it on the screen because it's fairly small, but it is the Skyrim cursor. So let's go ahead and change the background. We'll go to change background. And you can see the effect that the Midnight Night Orange has. I think it looks really sharp. Kind of a dark teal with sort of a brighter orange. So we want to add picture. And then it's going to take us right to our pictures. We want the JK wall, which is the Jujutsu Kaisen wallpaper we downloaded a little while ago. Hit open, and then we'll select it. So we look at the applications. It looks the applications tray looks fairly normal. The icons have changed for some of the applications. Utilities, and so on and so forth. So we'll go ahead and close out of that. If we open up a browser, open up Firefox, you can see it changed the color scheme of Firefox, and also changed the font as well. So we'll close that one out. And so not much more to show on this. It's a very simple theme, but I like it. I like simplicity. So we'll go ahead and move on to chapter 4. All right, so chapter 4 here, we have a little bit more of an advanced theme, a little more in depth. So I've already went ahead and reset everything back to the default settings so we can go through this fresh. So we're going to open up our applications tray, and we want to go to extension manager, open it up. Now we're going to turn on quite a few of these. So we need to turn on application menu, blur my shell, blur my window, comp is, the lock screen background, the logo menu, basically all of them. Play status, privacy quick status or settings, and the top bar organizer. Now we're going to come back to this and do a little configuration in a minute, but let's first go to our tweaks. Where's our tweaks at? It should be in system tools. There it is. All right. So the font, I did not bother resetting the font. I just left it alone from the previous themes showcase. So now the applications on this one are going to be space transparency. Our cursor is going to be the Mac OS white. The icons are going to be Vortex dark icons. And our shell is going to be space transparency as well. All right, so we can go ahead and close tweaks for now, and let's change our background. Display settings, whoops, wrong option. Go to change background. And we're going to add a picture, and we're going to add the black metal wall. And select it. And it doesn't quite have the resolution that I was hoping for because I did grab it from the images section, but it'll do. All right, so now we need to do some customization on our extensions. So we'll go ahead and go to accessories. We'll go to extensions manager. All right, so blur my shell, we'll leave that as is. Burn my windows, we're going to change that. So if you go to the gear, the icon, it'll give you several different options here to use. Apparition kind of gives you a preview of the effect. Broken glass, Doom, Energize A, Energize B, Fire, which we currently have active, Glide, Glitch, Hexagon, which is one of my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off Fire and select Hexagon. And we have Incinerate. We have Matrix, kind of cool. Paintbrush. Pixelate. Pixelate's not too bad. Pixel Wheel. Portal. Snap of Disintegration. There we go. T-Rex Attack. TV Effect. And TV Glitch. And not last but least, Wisps. So I'm going to leave it on Hexagon. So we'll go ahead and close this out. And you can see the comp is already active, already working. So we need to go to lock screen background. We're going to add a background to that. And we're going to add IQ R6. And we'll go ahead and close this out. And I think that's, oh, top bar organizer. So let's go in here. So top bar organizer, you can move these around however you want. So let's say we wanted to move the place menu to the very front. We can do that. So you just grab it and drop it. You can see it moved it over here. I'm going to put it next to the Cosmic Workspace or Workspaces. And actually, I think I'm going to put activities between workspaces and places. That menu button, I'm sorry, not activities, menu button. There we go. So we can go ahead and close that out. And our menu button, we can right click on that or just click on it, I should say, sorry. Just click on it and about my system. So you open it up, it'll give you some information about, it'll take you to your settings. Close that. If you go to places, it gives you your home directory, desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, video, computer, and browser network. Then applications, this one brings you to your applications tray, and you can see where the some of the themes have already kicked in. So kind of made the background a bit transparent and changed some of the icons. So we'll close that out. And then applications, the new applications that we've installed, the extension gives you sort of more of a menu to go through. All right, so top bar organizer. Let's see, I want to go to logo menu. So we're going to click on this. So I think I'm going to, let's see what Pop looks like. So Pop OS, you can see it changes the icon to Pop OS. And there's Tux. I think I'll leave it at Tux, and we'll close that out. So let's take a look at the calendar real quick. Just kind of made the background transparent, kind of a dark blue, a really dark blue, and and white text. It's pretty good. And this is our privacy settings, so you can turn your camera off, turn your microphone off if you want for a little more privacy. And you can see it just kind of changed the shells of the different menus, so they're more transparent with white text. And I think that's all we need to change as far as our settings in here. So we can go ahead and close this out. Now we need to go ahead and get rid of this other applications option. So to do that, we're going to go to our About My System, our settings, and we want to go to desktop, and towards the bottom of the options, you'll see Show Applications button for the top bar. We want to turn that off. And as you can see, it turns off the default applications menu. So we'll go ahead and close this out. And now we take a look. We have our workspaces. We have our quick menu for system monitor, terminal, extensions, and so on. We have our places, our home directory, music, downloads, documents, and so forth. And then we have our applications menu as well, which is broken down into categories, a little more organized, I guess. So we'll go and close that out. So one thing I do want to mention is that the workspaces no longer work for this particular setup. I'm not sure if it's a conflict with one of the extensions in PopOS, but I haven't figured out why it's not working. And for me personally, it doesn't affect me because I don't use the workspaces. I have 3 monitors, so I just drag the windows around as I need. But for some of you out there who do depend on the workspaces, maybe you have 1 monitor or 2 monitors, this may not be the customization for you. Again, if somebody is more savvy at this than I am, and you've encountered this before, you know what the solution is, please leave in the comments below so I can learn something new as well. And secondly, the bottom toolbar, I just deactivate that because everything I need is up top now. So I'll go to my settings and then go to desktop, go to dock, and then where it says enable dock, I just turn that off, close this out, and now you can see the dock is gone. So we no longer have a dock at the bottom, but everything is up here at the top. So for me, I'm going to go back to my settings, and I'm going to turn off the, where am I going first? I need to go to desktop and workspaces button. I'm just going to turn that off as well. So now I've got my quick launch menus up here. And again, I don't use the multiple workspaces, so turning them off doesn't really negatively impact me. So let's take a quick look at the lock screen. And to do that, we'll just go over to our quick launch for settings and power, and we'll hit lock. And you can see we've got IQ, best girl. And then we'll just click on it to put in our password and get back into our operating system. And one final little customization tweak is if you go to your settings and go down to users, you can change your profile picture. So your login screen, that can be changed to whatever you like. You can actually select and upload a file if you want. You simply pick the photo you want and select it, and you're done. All right, so that wraps up the video. I hope you've all learned something, and I'm really curious to know what types of customizations you use. So if you want to leave them in the comments below, I might do a little exploration. And also too, if you have a workaround for the bug or the reason why the workspaces isn't working, even though I don't use them, there may be another viewer who does and who depends on them. So if you want to share that knowledge with the rest of us, that would be fantastic. So I thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next video. So stay safe and have a good one.